there's a term in Australia called take the piss, right? Which is making fun of someone doing something. That used to happen all the time with me. What's he walking around the paddock for? What's he looking for? What's he doing?
Yeah.
Because they don't understand flow.
And you were boots on the ground, and you're walking the field, and you're talking to the project delivery team. By the way, I've changed that for everything. I always say project delivery team now.
Yeah.
What is the first sign that the team's not ready to start and that this is heading in the wrong direction?
I'm always looking for flow. Now, these guys, back on this project, they used to think I was mad. I'd walk the paddock. I did this for months on end too, right? This is you got to keep repeating things and you got to keep doing things until people internalise them and they accept them themselves. I used to walk the job 10 to a dozen times a day.
Okay.
The only thing I was looking for is where's it stopped? Where the crane's not moving, where's there groups of people stood up waiting for materials? Because when I knew where it was stopped, then I knew where the problems were. I could go and speak to them and say, hey guys, you don't go and accuse people, right? How's it going? What's happening? Go and talk to the people in the paddock doing the work. They'll tell you what the problem is. We all like to sit in the office and in meetings and stuff like that because it's air conditioned or, we're out of the elements. Get out there at the work front where they're actually doing the work and ask them what's going on. They'll tell you. They love to tell you what's not working. And that was all I did, man. But I did it for months.
You did it, which allowed you to just get rid of your opinions and just like analyze what was going on. You
don't want to start. All right. You've heard that before. We need to all get on the same page. We need to be one team heading in the same direction. Doesn't matter what shirt you got on. We're all trying to achieve the same outcome. How often, we call it joint ventures, integrated teams. How often do you actually see it work? This is a true story from a project that I was on, where it did work. We've spoken to skeptics all this week. Now I'm going to show you why 70% of change management fails. Stats are pretty brutal on that. We made it past that, despite we didn't do. Progress wasn't linear. A lot of things that we didn't do very well. But we got a few things right. Actually, I remember the conversation. There was a executive general manager and a project director came into my office. My office used to, let me actually show you what my office looked like. It looked like a tech startup. Well, like transparency. Everything we were doing on this, where you can see you come in that door there, straight down that wall there was whiteboards like this, where the score was up in everyone's face all of the time. That was part of it. They said to me, how come now? They weren't accusing me. They just asked them, they were interested. Why we got this now singing? Same people. Exact same tools. We bought some dashboards and stuff in, but basically what we're doing was the same. Was no different. We didn't have heaps of extra resources. I said, have you ever read the book, The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team? Heard the book, The 5 Dysfunctions, the AGM went, yeah, I'm very well aware of 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. And the project director said, yeah, I am too. I said, well, I worked on the bottom one first. Absence of trust. And the project director, he used to, not the AGM, his favourite saying, he goes, yeah, there was a lot of these ones going on. It's their fault. Right? It was always someone else's fault. There was no trust. We're always looking for someone to blame. So once we establish the trust, then we address the rest of it. Fear of conflict wasn't really a problem. Probably too much conflict going on. There wasn't really artificial harmony. We had the reverse problem, where people were attacking to each other too much. We saw that out. We got that back into control. And then the rest of it corrected itself as we put the score up on the board, created transparency. All right, so my role in all that, what we're going to look at today is how do we actually set a team up to succeed? What does that look like? We know that we need the skeptics to pull our plan apart. We're ready to execute the plan. What does that look like now? Answer that question in the comments, yes or no. If you got a comment and you want to ask me via LinkedIn, you're watching live on LinkedIn, then you need to use that QR code up the top there and come through via WhatsApp, because LinkedIn comments don't come through here. There's a little bit of background noise as well. Everyone's getting up, moving around this morning, but want to get this done. We're on day 88 or 90. Couple to go. All right. So what does this team look like? And how's it run? So when I was put in there, how it worked on this project, we had, there was a client-side team, there was a primary contractor, and they owned the, what would you call it, the technology that was getting installed. Then there was a primary contractor that was brought in. They were brought in pretty much as labour hire. And it was, on the three levels of shit show, it was the fourth one, a cluster, you know what. Not through lack of effort on anyone's part. Everyone was having a red-hot go. They just weren't in sync. There was no flow. There was no trust. What happened is I got put in there myself, and there was a project director on my side. His job was the stakeholder management and all the rest of it. Keep everyone out of my road long enough, and he just said to me, can you fix it? I said, yep. He said, you keep me out the road long enough. And he was a good talker, fortunately. I said, if you can keep me out my road long enough, we'll fix this. So, because we had a great team there. Some really, really good people. I was brought in as what was called the forward planning and integration manager. Sounds like a lot of, you ever read the book Wankonomics? Sounds like it come straight out of that book. The integration part is actually comes from the book Gino Wickman, if you've never read any of his books, and it's a vital role. Okay, so myself and I had a couple of superintendents working with me as well, and I made it very clear to my superintendents right from the start, your only role is to help these guys move quicker. That's it. Remove roadblocks, remove friction, remove resistance. Help the contractor. Contractor knew what they had to get done. They just had a lot of roadblocks and a lot of friction in the road, holding them out. We did. I took a stealth team to the side to build trust. So I had a small group of planners that sat in that room with me that you saw before. When you do this, as Salam Ismail says, anytime you try to change inside a large organisation, and that's what a project is, it's a large organisation, the immune system will come and attack. That's not how we do it here. We've tried that before. That won't work. What are they trying to do? What is this the next flavour of the month? This the next harebrained scheme? You have to protect against that. That's human nature. That will happen. I don't care how good the people on your project are. That's going to happen. You have to protect against that. So we take a stealth team and we take them away from what he calls the mothership. This is a little experiment. We're going to run to the side. They don't operate. They're protected so that no one else can come in and attack what they're trying to do, which is get this loop in place. This, I'll call it MOX now. Mission, Operations, Execution. That's what I call now. It was called Forward Planning and Integration Manager. Now I call it MOX. Mission, what the stakeholders, all the people at the top want. Operations, logistics, commercials, all the other things that need to happen for a project to actually work. And execution, the team that actually install at the work front. Think of that, and you think of it as an org chart, that's layered. And it's not mission at the top. Mission's at the bottom. Execution's at the top, and it comes, we invert the org chart. People at the front line is what we need to focus on. Everyone else, operations and mission, is a support mechanism for execution. So we take a small team to the side. There's some roles that you need, and these are the roles that I'm chasing. If you go back and watch yesterday's live, where a red team pulled apart our plan. Well, we said we're going to try and get 25 skeptics and 30 catalysts, and it stripped it back to this. These are the roles that we need on board to try to make this work, to get it going. This is what we need. We're on day 26. We've got 26 days left to do this. So the who is the integrator. That's me. That's my role. I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. Won't worry about it tomorrow. We need a CM, or an area manager. We need a PM or senior project engineer, someone in project controls, a superintendent, commercial manager, and a supervisor. That's a small team. We'll probably be a couple more that we can add to that. There are the key positions that we need to get there. That's exactly what we did on that job. There was myself, and I had about 3 or 4 superintendents to start with. We got down to 2, and others split off, and we didn't do it anywhere as well as we could. Logistics and engineering were never integrated into the team as well as they could have been. We integrated the contractor really well, we integrated planning really well, we integrated the client really well. What we didn't do well was logistics and engineering. We would have moved even faster had we got those 2 in line as well. There was one planning room in the morning. I used to run sessions from the first one, used to start at 6 o'clock in the morning. We had a board like this. They took over eventually. I ran them all to start with. The supervisors would come in at 6 o'clock. This is the plan for the day. Schedules up on the wall. These are the things that you need to hit. Where are we at in each area? Where are we progressed to? They'd come in, get the stuff, off they'd go. At the time, we used to have commissioning running as well. We kept them behind us. They used to come in a bit later because they used to get handed off the areas to them. So commissioning, everyone else, the mission and the operation, the execution team will come in first. Mission and operations, commissioning, they'll come in a bit later. Right, this is where the construction team is going to be today. This is what they are going to hand over to you. This is where you can move to next. These are the areas that you're going to get given. Everyone was on the same page. The project director used to come in 7:30 every morning without fail. Both of them, mine and the client side one. The construction manager for the client, he'd be there. Safety, they'd be there. Project controls, they used to sit in on it. Commercial manager, he used to sit under project controls, and all the superintendents were there. Not just, oh, you're the contractor superintendent, you're the primary contractor, you're the general contractor superintendents. They work together as one. That one objective was to build this stealth team, get rock solid, and then let it merge out from there amongst the rest of the team. All right. That's it. So we took, have you seen project stall because truss was missing, even though the plan looks solid? Yes or no? Be hard pressed to say no because of that. 70% of change management fails. I'm not going to go too much deeper into that today. If you've got questions, WhatsApp it. Be there. Look at that. I just even get it. What we're going to do now, actually, I want to show you this video. This is our number 1 issue to solve. There it is. Saw this morning and I had to share it. This is a little, now I used to have safety share. Safety's driven by focus. This is the safety share.
Everyone has a dream. It feels like it's harder than ever to make those dreams come true. We're in the era of stolen attention. One of the challenges, I think, if you're coming into the workforce, if you're new, is just understanding how much the digital environment pulls your attention away from what you need to get done, which can make you feel a little bit anxious. It can feel like you're underperforming. You kind of wonder, why are all the big dreams I have not coming to reality? So if we just put our phones down, turn them off, get really intentional about what we want to do, and then be patient, that's the key to turning your youthful dream into reality. So for me, I think what's important is everyone has a dream. It feels like it's harder than ever to make those dreams come true, but just being absolutely focused on what it is you want to do and just doing the small things each and every day, inch by inch, the dream just turns into reality by accident.
If you get all the people in an organisation heading in the same direction, you can dominate any industry any market, under any circumstances, at any time. That's how they pull. If we get everyone on a construction project off their fucking phones, get them intentional about what they're doing, focused on it, get them all heading in the same direction. Build any project under any circumstances at any time. All right, that's what this stuff does. Creates focus. Constraint in the system is always our attention, or minimal amount of attention, lack of attention. Let's get into ORCA. This is what ORCA flags up every single day. This is continued risk assessment every single day. Okay, it is Wednesday or Thursday, the 19th of February 2026. I didn't mark my day off yesterday. This is a new shift. We're on day, it is Wednesday. Day 87, no, day 88 of ORCA. I didn't mark either days off. Man, that's a fail. All right. He's probably going to get confused here and come back and ask me what day it is, or what I'm doing. Man, I was crook yesterday. You can tell because I haven't marked my days off. Confirming, today is Thursday, 19th of February. We are on day 88 and 90. This is a new shift. You skipped marking yesterday's initial. That's admin, not failure. This is a home ORCA, ORCA. That's very unlike me to not give myself a tick when I should have had one. Probably because the pink pen's hiding somewhere. I couldn't find it, so I didn't mark it off. Daily live check. Daily live check is in progress. No, there was no hesitation. There was never a moment when I didn't think I would do it. Internet's painfully slow this morning. 3 must-do tasks. Verify full kit. Revenue driving targeted outreach. Daily live. 3 from 3. All 3 were done. We're going to take this ORCA process to the next level next week. Three from 3. It's transcription's terrible today. State today's one objective in one sentence. Today's one objective is to start priming for the Who Plus, which is a MOX offer that I'm going to run tomorrow, which is me as the integrator on our project site. Yes, the objective was achieved. Enter an order. What behaviour made this happen? Behaviour that made this happen is 88 days in a row of doing it makes it automatic. It's like putting a seatbelt on when I hop into a car. What decisions moved the friction? Decisions. The friction's removed because the decisions are easy, right? I know what I have to sell. I've got to sell the 3 packages, or in particular the one, the Who, what I call the Who Plus, which is the MOX package. What constraint was removed? Probably ambiguity around the 3 positions, because I'm now down to chasing, let's get this one stitched up first. What wingman was used? The usual wingman. MOX And you're a wingman as well, this ORCA wingman. I've seen a project stall because trust was missing. Even though your plan was solid, schedule's good, we've got a good plan. Nothing's on track. Absence of trust. Have a look there. Behaviours. 88 repetitions. Automatic execution. No internal negotiation. Decision move or clear focus. Sell who plus first. No ambiguity about what is being pushed. Constraint remover. Eliminated multi-offer ambiguity. Single target stitch first. Wingman use mocks. Orca wingman tomorrow type. Tomorrow's Friday. Is tomorrow a weekday or weekend? Tomorrow is a weekday. Last one of the week. I'm going to do something here in a minute that I'm going to ask this how we're going to go about it. This is where using it as the yes, let's do the daily reflection loop. I haven't done one of those for a while. What did today prove about you? What did it prove? I'm consistent. Days in a row of ORCA. Got to improve that. What identity is now undeniable? My value. Identity is probably that integrator. Identity. By the way, less than 5% of the population is an integrator. So they're very hard to find. What constraint no longer matters? Time for dollars. Well and truly killed that one throughout this process. If you had to compress today into one image, what is it? Execution under pressure. Under pressure. See if I can actually read that. Mention short lines and I'll clear the shift for tomorrow's 3 tasks. Okay, so the reflection loop is in the black writing. Ignore the date, that's nothing to do with it. But the black writing is the reflection loop with the arrows. Consistent, executor under pressure, time for money thinking, consistent integrator, time for dollars, 3 tasks, verify full kit. Okay. One more thing that I want to run past you before I go. Okay. So what I want to do is Saturday is day 90 and we've done this block. The first 90 days is achieved. What I want to do is pull the transcripts from every live. I can do that from YouTube. I want to, when we do Saturdays, I want you to do some pattern recognition and work out what we should focus on for the next 90 days, where we've come from, where we've moved the needle, and where our best leverage is going to come from next. What's the best way for me to, because there's going to be like 90 PDFs. Do I upload all of those into this? We're looking at strategy here, okay? What's the best way to get the best result out of this? We're going to pull this apart live on Saturday. Do I do like 10 different chats inside this project and put 9 days in each? What's the optimal way to do it is what I'm asking for you. to be able to deliver me the best result. This is how you use AI as a strategic thought partner. We used it the other day as a red team, pull our plans apart. This is how. Good strategic question. You are now analysing 90 PDFs. You're extracting signal. Here's the optimal. Do not upload 90 PDFs at once. Spread them across 10 random chats. Try to read everything linearly. Let me summarise blindly. That produces noise, not leverage. Optimal structure. Phase 1. You pre-filter high leverage only before Saturday. From each transcript, extract only objective for the day, execution score. That's it. You compress 90 transcripts into a structured data set. You do not upload raw transcripts first. Upload the compressed summary. Structure upload method. Create one dedicated thread titled do not create 10 chats. One thread, sequential uploads. Pattern rigging. That's all well and good, but why would I go through, this doesn't make any sense at the start. Before Saturday, from each transcript, extract only one objective of the day, execution score, blah, blah, blah. We didn't do that right from the start, for a start, which is one of the patterns that we want to recognise. You're the AI, not me. Why would I go through and do that manually when you can do it 10 times or 100 times as quick? Go back and review how we're going to do this, please. Should not manually summarise 9 trends, that would be leverage misuse. Resetting the strategy. Optimal way, AI driven, not manual. You do zero manual compression. You provide raw data, I extract structure. Step 1, do not upload PDFs. PDFs are inefficient. Instead, from YouTube, export transcripts as a plain text. Here we go, now we're getting better. Or copy paste transcript text. Cleaner parsing. Faster pattern detection. Chunk size, do not upload 90 at once. Model context will choke. Optimal batch size 5 to 7, so I'll give it 1 a week at a time. Reason, enough pattern density, not enough downloaded memory. Single thread, create one new thread. ORCA 9-day pattern analysis. All uploads go there sequentially. Analysis sequence, I'll run for each batch. I'll extract stated objective. Final synthesis. Saturday execution plan. Okay, so what we're going to do next is you're going to run me through this one step at a time. I'm not going to do this today. I'm going to do part of this on Saturday because you're going to need to drop prompts out because you're going to need to talk to a different chat. So we're going to do this step by step. So have your plan in place. Give me a trigger phrase to say to you on Saturday when I'm ready to run this, please. I'll write this up on the board right now. Saturday trigger phrase. ORCA review start. Batch 1 ready. Oh, I'm just going to go like this. I've got it. Save the photos. Right, done. Take it, use it, make it a great week. When you're ready to know more, reach out via WhatsApp. I'll speak soon. You want to know what's more costly than conflict? Avoiding it. When you avoid conflict, you're not just avoiding uncomfortable conversations, you're sacrificing growth, stalling progress, and undermining any form of accountability. The real problem isn't conflict, it's avoiding it. It leads to poor decision making, wasted time, and stagnated growth. Patrick Lencioni calls it fear of conflict. But the truth is, avoiding hard conversations is just another form of the second dysfunction. What tough conversations are you avoiding right now?